Good morning, my loves. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Shawnee and I am a Pilates SCULPT instructor. Today, we are going to be working through a full body session where we primarily focus on the deep core, and there's also going to be some burners and some other bits in there as well. So all you need is your mat, as this is a no equipment session. So let's get into it. So first of all, we're just going to start on our hands and knees, and we're just going to really focus on making sure that the shoulders are stacked over wrists, making sure that our hips are in alignment with each other and that our back is nice and flat. We're just going to come through, first of all, just threading the needle. So we're going to elongate the left arm all the way up towards the ceiling. We're then going to exhale, taking that arm all the way underneath and through the other one, keeping those hips up nice and high. We're going to keep this movement nice and dynamic. So we're going to elongate the arm all the way up to the ceiling again, really opening up the shoulders, opening up the chest. Big inhale before we exhale and take that arm underneath. Looking really good. Let's go for our last one, a big deep inhale, taking that arm all the way up to the ceiling. Again, really open up the shoulders, open up the chest, swinging that arm underneath. Coming back to center. We're going to change over sides. This time we're going to elongate the right arm all the way up to the ceiling. Now I'm not looking for elegance here, girls. I'm looking for really over-exaggerated movements so we can really start to make this nice and dynamic. Opening up the shoulders, opening up the chest. Well done. Taking that arm underneath. Nice. And again, really open up that arm. Big inhale as we exhale, taking that arm underneath, keeping those hips up nice and high. Lovely stuff. We're going to come back up onto all fours. And from here, we're just going to curl the toes underneath. So we come up onto the balls of the feet. We're pushing those hips all the way back down. We're trying to get those heels to touch the mat. And we're just going to pedal through those feet. Just nice and slowly. Keeping those hips nice and high. Feeling that nice lengthen and stretch through the shoulders. Trying to get those heels to touch the mat. In 3, 2, and 1. Well done. You're going to meet me back in plank through here. And we're just going to push the hips up into downward dog. Coming back through into plank. Well done. Now as we shift our weight back through into plank, we're thinking about keeping our bellies tucked in or drawn in towards our spine. Everything feels nice and strong. Well done. You've got 3, 2, last 1. Well done. Meet me back in plank. We're going to drop those knees back up. Nice. Still thinking about that core. 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Coming and sitting onto those heels for me, let's just rotate those wrists. If you did my class last week, you know that my classes can be a little bit wrist heavy. So if you're someone who struggles with your wrist, just be wary of this, just making sure that our wrists are nice and warmed up. Now, if you get to a point where you feel like your wrists are struggling a little bit, throughout this session, you can either come up onto your fists, or just remember, you can pause this video at any time and come back to it. The most important part of the session is that you are really thinking about that mind-muscle connection and that you are still keeping good form throughout. Let's get into it. So we're going to start on our backs to begin with. So meet me down onto your back on the mat. We're going to take our feet up to tabletop. And we're going to take our hands all the way up towards the ceiling. Now, we're going to come into a crunch here. So we're going to make sure that our legs are at a 90-degree angle. Our belly buttons are drawn in towards our spine and the spine is connected to the mat. As we lift up into our crunch, our hands are going to be coming past our hips. We're going to inhale and exhale. Inhale as we lie back down. Well done. And again. Nice. Well done. Keep it going. So this is where we really start to activate our core. Our breath is helping us to move up into this position. Well done. Nice, girls. Keep it going. In 3, 2, last one. Well done. From here, we're going to come into double leg toe taps. That's taking both of the legs down to the mat, drawing them back up into tabletop. We're then going to come up into a crunch afterwards and lower all the way back down. So that double leg toe tap, the legs are moving from the hips as opposed to from the knees. We're going to come into that crunch. Well done. So the legs are moving from here, staying in that 90-degree angle. We're coming up into that crunch. Nice. You've got 5, 4, 3. Still thinking about those abdominals. You've got 2. Last 1. From here, we're going to come just straight into double leg toe taps, no crunch in the middle. You've got 8. Really think about those lower abdominals are doing all of the work. You've got it. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Meet me back up into that crunch. We're going to come into some pulses. Reaching those arms towards the end of the room. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Coming in, hugging those knees in towards your chest. Really, really good. Now, we're going to place our feet onto the mat. And from here, we want to make sure that our heels are close enough to our bottoms that when we have our hands down by our side, our fingertips can just touch our heels. This just ensures that we are really focusing on our glutes as opposed to our hamstrings as we come into this next exercise. You're going to take your hands up nice and high to the ceiling. We're going to lift those hips off of the floor, coming into a glute bridge. Taking those hips up nice and high, making sure that we are squeezing those glutes in that top position, lowering all the way back down to center. Well done. And again, taking those hips up high, looking really good. So as we go through this exercise, we've just worked our core. Now, although we are going to feel a primary emphasis or more of a burn through our glutes in this exercise, we are still working the core. So it's really, really important that we're still keeping those belly buttons drawn in towards our spine. And we're still really thinking about squeezing those glutes in those top positions. Imagining that you have a 50-pound note in between your bum cheeks and you cannot let that go. I remember saying that in one of my classes before, one of the girls being like, not in this day and age. Keep those hips high. Well done. Nice. You've got 2. Well done. On this last one, you're going to keep your hips here. You're going to come into pulses. You've got 10, 9, 8. Small micro movements with those hips. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Lowering those hips. This time we're going to take our heels off of the ground and we're going to come into those glute bridges again. Nice. Well done. Those hips still stay high. You've got 7. Well done. 6. So we're putting a little bit more of a focus onto the hamstrings through here as well. Nice. 4. Well done. 3. Nice. Last one. We're going to stay here. We're coming into those pulses. 10, 9, 8. Squeeze those bums. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Lowering those hips, lowering those heels. Now this time we are going to be coming up into a glute bridge march. So we're going to come up straight onto our heels, okay? So we're going to come up into that glute bridge. We're going to peel one of the legs off. So we take the right leg off into that march position, but at the same time as we do, we're going to come up onto that heel, okay? Or onto the ball of the foot, sorry. We're then going to place that foot down and we're going to take the hips low. We're going to come straight up onto the ball of the feet. That leg is going high. We're going to alternate. So now we're onto the left leg, placing that leg back down onto the ball, lowering the heels and taking those hips down, okay? So a little bit faster. We're coming up. Nice. Back down. Well done. So hips go high, heels, march, back to center, lower the heels and lower. And again, heels, march. Now, option here is to take your hands down by your side for more stability. As we know, one thing I love is coordination and testing stability and endurance. So whilst we're still sculpting, we're still thinking about some of the principles of Pilates as we go through, which is what helps to keep it more Pilates inspired. You're doing really good. Nice. You've got one more on each side. So hips go up, heels go up, into march, back to center, heels go down, hips lower. Last one. You've got it. On this next one, we're just going to stay on that right leg. We're going to come straight up, okay? We're going to come up onto the balls of the foot as that leg goes into tabletop, placing that leg down, heels go down and bum lowers, okay? You've got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, yes you can, 3, 2, 1, stay there. We're coming into single leg toe taps, 8, 7, 6, up on that heel, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Leg stays there in pulses, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, oh my God, 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Lower the leg, lower the heels, lower those hips. We're coming straight into the other side. Let's not think about it. We're coming up. Nice. Well done. So that's coming up straight onto the ball of the foot. That other leg is going into tabletop. We're on the left leg this time, my loves. You're doing really good. Hips still stay high. You've got 4, 3, 2, last 1. Leg stays there into those single leg toe taps, 8. Well done. Leg moves from the hips, 6. Ball and that heel is nice and high. You've got 3, 2, last 1. Leg stays there. We're coming into pulses. You've got 10, 9, yes you can. I know it burns. Mine's burning too. You've got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Lower the leg, lower the heels, lower those hips. Bringing those knees in towards your chest, rocking back and forth. Smacking those bums if you need to, because for some reason it just wakes everything up. Really, really, really good. Grab yourself a drink if you need one. We're going to come into a side lying series. We're going to start working our obliques now. So we're going to come up to kneeling. We're going to come onto, so if I'm on my right leg, you will be on your left leg, or you can do exactly the same leg as me. But whatever leg that you've decided is going to be your supporting leg, the other leg is going to be extended out towards the side. Now, on this position through here and on this series, what I'd like you to be really thinking about is when this leg is out towards the side, it's coming a little bit further in front of you as opposed to directly to the side. The reason being is I don't want to put too much pressure on your lower spine as we move into this. So we're going to have our hands nice and close in towards our chest, elbows are up nice and wide. Now we're going to be utilizing the obliques through here. So we're coming into a side bend. So it's really, really important that when you are in this position here, we're lifting up nice and tall. We're keeping our stomachs nice and engaged. And then we're moving over to the side, tilting to come back to center. And again, lift and over, back to center. Well done. And again, nice. Back to center. You've got it. Enjoy in this moment to center. You've got 4, 3, 2. Last 1. Well done. We're going to continue through here. We're going to come over to center. We're going to open the arms. We're going to bring them back to center. We're going to come up, nice, and again, over, extend, back to center, and up, over. Well done. Nice. So this whole time we're still having that real lift as we move over towards the side. I can already start to feel that in the obliques. So we're really working on these muscles through here. Nice. You've got 2. Last 1. We're going to come over. Again, we're going to open the arms. We're going to look towards that top hand. We're going to come into small pulses, reaching up towards that corner. 10, 9, 8, 7. The obliques are doing all the work. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Coming back up. We're going to take these arms back through to center. We're going to come over again. We're going to open up the arm. We're going to drop the hand. The leg is going to lift. We're going to bring elbow to knee. We're going to extend arm and leg, dropping the leg, coming back up all through to center to close the arms, okay? So we're starting to layer now. So we're taking that side bend. We're opening the arms. We're dropping that lower hand. We're lifting that leg. We're coming elbow to knee, extending, dropping the leg, pushing ourselves up, okay? So a real full body moment through here. Nice. Elbow to knee. Well done. Looking good. So, as I said at the beginning, really testing your balance, your coordination, your stability, all of the things. Nice. Well done. So, as we come elbow to knee as well, we're really thinking about getting that knee towards the ceiling, that elbow is coming down as well, as a nice balance. You're doing really good. That's 3. Well done. This is your last one, looking good. From here, we're going to come all the way over again. We're going to add on. We're going to come elbow to knee, extend into leg tap. Well done. Elbow to knee, extend, leg tap. You've got it. You've got 6. Yes, you can. 5. Nice. 4. Well done. 3. Keep those knees up high. Last 1. We're going to remove the leg tap. We're just coming over and out. Nice. 4, 3, 2. Last 1. Into those leg pulses. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Lowering that leg. Let's come up and over, stretch into mermaid, through onto that other side. Really, really good series, guys. But we do have to repeat that onto the other side. So whatever leg you just had supporting then, we're going to come through onto the other side. So really thinking again about keeping that foot nice and forwards, just so we're not putting any pressure on the lower back. Let's get into it, girls. We don't have to think about it. We're going to be coming up and over into that bend to begin with. Well done. Let's go. So one of these things that I find about my classes, well, a lot of my girls tend to say, the second side is always a little bit easier because you know what to expect. I think when you're first coming into it, or any class, and you're walking into the unknown, it can seem a lot harder. Once you come through onto that other side, Feels a little bit easier. I don't know if that's right. Let me know in the comments. You've got 2. Nice. Last 1. We're going to come over again. We're going to open those arms. Well done. And up. Really utilizing the sides and the obliques. Nice. You've got 6. Growing nice and tall as we come over. Well done. That's 3. Open those shoulders, open those chests. 2. Nice. Your last 1. Before we come up and over again, we look towards that top hand, we come into pulses. We're reaching up towards the ceiling. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done. We're going to come up and over. This is where we start layering. So, deep breath. We're going to come up and over. We're going to extend the arms. We're going to drop that lower arm. We're going to lift that leg. We're going to come elbow to knee, extend, drop the leg, come all the way up and bring those hands back through to center. Up and over into that oblique bend. Arms go up. We're going to drop that lower hand, lower that leg. Sorry, raise that leg. Elbow to knee, all the way back up. And again, you got it. Nice. Up and over. Open the arms, drop the hand, raise the leg, elbow to knee, extend, lower the leg, up and over. Doing really good. Now, really thinking about again, as that leg comes up, as the knee comes towards the elbow, we're really keeping that inner thigh nice and open. Like I said, full body workout going on here. And you're making it look easy. You've got 2 more. Last one. This is where we're going to stay on this side. The leg comes up, we're just coming elbow to knee. We're extending arm and leg, we're coming into that toe tap with that leg. Well done. Elbow to knee, extend, toe tap. Guys, you are making this look so easy. Nice. You've got 3, 2, well done. Last 1. We're now going to remove the toe tap. 6, 5, nice balance between elbow and knee. 3, yes you can. 2, last 1. Leg stays high, arm stays high into pulses. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done, lowering that leg. Coming up and over into that mermaid. You guys killed that. Killed it, let me tell you. Even myself, I was shaking through that. You guys are doing really good. We've got one last section, and it wouldn't be one of my YouTube sessions if we didn't finish off with a burner. So let's come to standing. If you can, we're going to shake out those legs, and we're going to take our legs nice and wide. We're going to come into a sumo position, okay? From here, we're going to have our hands nice and close towards our chest. We're going to come down. Knees are going over toes, back up to center. Well done. Coming down and up, looking great. And up. Taking a moment here, trying to slow everything down, but knowing we're going to be getting that heart rate back up again in one moment. Nice. So these 30-minute classes, my classes are normally 45 minutes to 50 minutes. So you got to remember, when I'm doing these classes and when I'm choreographing them, I'm trying to get in as much as possible so you can really take advantage of a full body workout that's efficient and effective. Nice, well done. You've got 2. Last 1. Well done. From here, we're staying low. We're lifting up the left heel, the right heel, coming up and down. And again, left heel, right heel, up and down. And again, coming up all the way down. Well done. So weight is slightly forwards. We're still thinking about the core. You're doing really good. Up and down. Nice. Up and down, leading with the inner thighs as we open into sumo. Down. Well done. You've got 2 more. Let's go. Up and down. Up. We're staying down through here. We're just lifting those heels. Well done. You've got it. Yes, you can. You've got 5, 4, 3. Keep those chests open. 2. Last 1. We're going to lift the left heel. We're coming down even deeper into those squats. 8, 7, 6. Oh my gosh. 4, 3, 2, 1. Switching sides. Right heel goes up even deeper into that sumo. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower those heels. We're coming to pulses through here. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Coming up to standing, give those legs a shake. Really, really, really good. Lovely class, well done. Let's come down onto the floor so we can stretch everything out. We're going to come down onto all fours. So meet with shoulders stacked over wrists through here. We're going to come into a deep lunge. So taking that right foot forwards and really sinking into those hips. Making sure that front foot is nice and planted into the mat. We're just going to drive those hips in towards the mat. Really, really good. Taking a moment here just to try and slow everything down that's been raised. We're going to come back through, take that leg to meet the other leg. And we're going to swing the left leg forwards this time, coming into that lunge. Again, really thinking about driving our hips in towards the mat. Looking really good. Hips are going nice and low. I'm in the studio, guys, so if you can hear the girls outside, they're just getting ready for their next class. Well done. We're going to take those knees, or that leg, back to meet the other knee. And we're just going to come into child's pose. Lovely stuff. From here, we're just going to take ourselves into cobra. Staying nice and high on those hips. We're going to drop the right shoulder, bringing that left shoulder forwards. We're going to square off, coming back through to center. We're going to drop the left shoulder, bringing the right shoulder forwards. Coming back through to center. We're going to push back into child's pose. Walking those hands in, nice and slowly. rolling up through the spine. We're just going to come into a nice chest opener through here, so really feeling the shoulder blades squeezing together. We're then going to come through and wrap those arms around our bodies, giving ourselves a nice big bear hug, really rounding through the shoulders. And again, opening those arms nice and wide, well done. To then round through the shoulders. Let's go once more. Opening up nice and wide, squeezing those shoulder blades together, rounding through. Well done. Well done, my loves, for completing that session. That was a challenging session. Again, nice and low impact, but still working every single part of the body. I hope that you took what you needed from it, disregarded anything that didn't serve you, and I'll be back on your screens next Monday. See you then.